Welcome back to Life as God Intended. Let me ask you, when you think of marriage, what comes to mind? For some, it's joy and companionship. For others, it's frustration, conflict, and disappointment. Most couples think marriage is about working hard, fixing problems, or learning better techniques. But what if marriage was never meant to be about performance at all? What if it's about participation in a divine dance? Jesus said, "The two shall be one flesh," so they're no more two, but one. Mark chapter 10 and verse 8. You see, the problem is the world's view of marriage. The world tells us marriage is about self-fulfillment. Meet my needs, protect my rights, make me happy. But when two people enter marriage with that mindset, it's only a matter of time before they hit the wall. Arguments arise, power struggles emerge, and each person is fighting to lead, to control, to be right. And instead of intimacy, marriage becomes a battlefield. The truth is, God's design is the divine dance of love. Here's the beauty of God's design. Marriage is not a contract. It is not a competition. Marriage is a dance of divine love. In a dance, one leads and the other responds, but both move in harmony to the music. In marriage, Christ is the music, Christ is the rhythm, and Christ is the leader. Husband and wife are simply responding to Him. Ephesus chapter 5 describes this mystery. The husband lovingly, sacrificially, as Christ loves the church, and the wife responding in trust as the church responds to Christ. When Christ is at the center, the steps fall into place. The transformation occurs when marriage is seen as ministry. You heard me right. Marriage becomes more than two people trying to get along. It becomes a living testimony of Christ's love. The husband responds to Christ's leading with sacrificial love. The wife responds to Christ in willing trust and respect. Together, they display the mystery of Christ and the church. That's not performance. That's participation. That's the dance of divine love. Let me illustrate it like this. Imagine two dancers, each trying to dance to different songs. Chaos results, frustration, and even hurt. But when both listen to the same music, their movements align beautifully. That's what happens when both husband and wife derive from Christ. Let me personalize it even more through a counseling example. I once counseled a couple who were locked in constant arguments. They thought their problem was communication, but the real issue was their source. Each was living out of self. When they turned to Christ as their center, the dance changed. Arguments faded, intimacy returned, and joy reappeared. So what does this mean for you? If you're married, the call is not to try harder, it's to tune in to Christ's leading, tune into His rhythm. Ask, am I trying to dance to my own song? Or are you moving together in His? If you're single, this still applies. Every relationship, friendships, family, Even ministry works best when Christ is the source and center. So let me ask you, have you been treating marriage as a performance or as a participation? What step could you and your spouse take today to tune in to Christ as your rhythm? I'd love you to share your reflections in the comments below. This broadcast draws from chapter 3 of Free to Relate in Christ. The workbook includes practical exercises you and your spouse can walk through together. You'll find a link in the description below. And in our next broadcast, we'll rotate back to identity theme and explore the battle for the mind, how your thoughts shape your life, and how Christ renews them with His truth. You won't want to miss this edition. Remember, marriage is not a performance. It's participation in Christ's dance of love. That's life as God intended.